two other names that come to mind that I'm curious your thoughts on is Chamika Karunaratne has made a big comeback domestically. Looks ready to play. He was MVP of the major squads T20 tournament. He was player of the tournament in the recently concluded T20 the tournament they held a couple weeks ago. But of course, in the matches against Bangladesh, he struggled. And what's frustrating is we know he's a better player than that. So it seems like he's someone who's going to be given another shot. I'm curious what you think about what he needs to do to earn his place in the side. And then someone who's kind of been shunted to the side a little bit, but still a tremendous talent is Chamindu Wickramasinghe. We all remember how he lit the LPL up last time it was played. The sight of a young, fast bowling all rounder with power hitting skills, right? We all get super excited by that. Yet he's kind of not really, he got in a couple of squads, but then ended up being dropped and mainly is now being featured in A Tour. So I'm curious that fast bowling all rounder position where having someone who could reliably fill that role would move the team forward. What do you make of those two guys who have kind of been seen as the answer but haven't really emerged as the answer?
True. I have to totally agree with your observation. Um, in our part of the world, a seeming all-rounder is a luxury.
Hmm.
Slow wicket, spin. It's not that we create those with the heat and our pitch contents. That's the way it is. So, for our travels to balance a team, a seeming all-rounder, a fast bowling all-rounder is so crucial because you can't go and play with all spinners. But in Sri
Hmm.
Lanka, you can. And these players need to pick themselves in one form initially. The bits and pieces player does not really add value.
Yeah.
So, can you pick him as a bowler or can you pick him as a batsman? So, you can't pick two, three players who are bits and pieces. So, they have to look to dominate from one angle. Now, we were talking of balancing, and I mentioned the fact that what's around you. So, for Sri Lanka to get really good and to really balance that team, Wanindu Hasaranga is a player who has let us down, I would say, especially with his
Hmm.
batting. Came in as all rounder. We know he can play the ball. Now evolve your game, learn to hit to different
Yeah.
areas. The confidence with his leg break and the personality that he is in world cricket should give him that confidence to go on and express himself. Now, if he can bat at number 7,
Hmm.
then that opens up our bowling positions. We can have attacking bowlers. We can have another seamer, which makes our team stronger.
Yeah.
But if he has to go down to 8 and 9, then we got to bring in part timers in that middle to strengthen our batting and have someone who can bowl who probably will not be a wicket taking option.
Hmm.
You see the problems that it can
Yeah.
cause. So these are the jigsaw, the pieces that need to be fitted in. Now, again, Chamika Karunaratne, yes, I was happy that he made a comeback. He's done well, but to be honest, he really didn't look the part.
Yeah.
There were
Hmm.
opportunities. Couple of times he batted. Yeah, it was a good opportunity to get a good 30 and
Yeah.
say yes, but not to be. Now, Chamindu Wickramasinghe again cannot be. I'll bring in Milan Ratnayaka as well as on the test front. Cannot be your leading seamer in the
Yeah.
team because you need options when you have a Nuan Tushara or a Matisha Patirana or a Bruno Fernando. You need that attacking option. As your third seamer or the fourth seamer, then your batting will need to be important because you have to be able to bat at 6, 7, or 8 to allow the team to be balanced. So these are the questions that need to be answered at this stage. Do they boss themselves and do this with what
Hmm.
they're doing? Are they saying this is mine? No, I don't think so. They're leaving that decision in the selectors' hands and leaving it to the selectors to decide. Okay, is he useful? How do we balance the team? In this balance, does he come in or not? So that's where it is. So at the end of the day, how do you force yourself in? Whatever opportunity you get, there are no excuses.
Hmm.
You want it, do something special. take it and then go from create that impact, then go step by step.
Co- I was before we get to this question, Dom. Can we just talk a little bit about Hasaranga again? Because he's
Yeah.
he's obviously he's the kind of, I suppose he's the poster boy of Sri Lankan cricket, white ball cricket at the moment, right? He's the guy getting, he's one of the guys getting all the big deals. He's the guy that was meant to take wickets and score runs. He's
Hmm.
he's taken wickets, though I do feel the last, basically since he lost the captaincy, he's kind of struggled a little bit, hasn't he? I mean, do you think he's got enough in him, in because you talk to the players a lot, Russell? Do you think he's got enough in his personality to be able to actually be the player that we want him to be and deliver on his on all the potential we think he has, and go on and become a big time wicket taker, big time run scorer, and someone who brings big trophies back to Sri Lanka?
I think he's got the arrogance. I think he's a competitor. You got to have some arrogance.
Yeah,
If not, you get pushed around. Um, but use that arrogance, use that energy in the right way. I think if he can start batting, work on his batting, he's quite predictable in the areas that he goes out and hits. So bowlers can bowl away from that area, and then you get on top of him. If he can address that change, that success will flow into the rest of his game, and he will be a threat. But it's got to be. I mean, you're getting older as well, so it's got to be done now.
yeah, yeah.
I was gonna ask follow up fitness and Wanindu, right? He's injured currently, and one of the things that a constant push and pull when Wanindu came into the side, he was also a gun fielder. He was an absolutely world class fielder. I remember Mickey Arthur saying, you know, this guy right now is one of the top 10 cricketers in the world because he can do everything at a world class level. Um, with injury management, with the sort of T20 load that Wanindu carries, what do you think he should be doing to make sure that he's ready for these big tournaments? Because now we're looking at another Asia Cup where he might not be fit.
Yes, I guess get strong and take some time off, not rush back with so much cricket happening and opportunities um, in and out. I guess we tend to grab them because these are not going to be lifelong opportunities, are they? There's only a
Yeah.
certain period or certain phase in your life that these opportunities come by. So I guess take a good bit of time, strengthen yourself, and then go from there.